What's going on, guys? Xnegona here, and today we are going to play The Room. Not as creepy as it sounds, actually. It's a puzzle game where you go through different stages of different puzzle boxes and trying to find out how to open them and work your way towards the ultimate goal. Now, I've already played this game. I love this game. So I thought I'd make a quick walkthrough, quick guide. I'll do the first two. It's 5 different levels. And I'll do the first 2 in this one, and we'll see how it goes depending on how long it takes for the rest of them. There is an in-game hint system, but sometimes you still get a little stuck. I'll admit that there were 2 parts on this that I got stuck on. So when we get to there, I'll point them out. It's really dumb now that I look back at it. But we'll go ahead and get started. We'll hit new game. And loading. So this first level is the safe. And this is a tutorial level, so this one should be fairly easy. It walks you through how to click and drag, the basic mechanics of the game. Double click to focus in on things, and how to interact, like sliding a letter or turning a key. A note. I'm not going to read the notes. If you guys want to read them, go right ahead. Or if you want to play the game, or if you're looking this up, you probably already have the game and you read them already. So we're going to grab this key here that's in the wax. And then turn the lid of this box here. Again, this is the tutorial level, so it should be pretty straightforward. Keep the key in and rotate. Opens up the lid and voila! A steampunk-esque eyepiece. Which does nothing when you put it on. Lovely. And another piece of paper that if you double click, it goes right in. Feed me and I shall survive. Give me drink and I shall die. A riddle. The solution must be here somewhere. Thank you. I did not know that. Excellent. So, then the tutorial, you'll find the answer somewhere on the safe, which encourages you to explore, look around, look at different parts of the safe. If you notice at the feet here, though, you see water, air, earth, and fire. Give me water and I will die. Give me food and I will live. Or whatever the riddle was. Anyway, focus in on the fire. Fire, wood feeds it, water puts it out. Guess I should give it a push. Give it a push. Click. And a key. Secret compartment opens up for a key. Grab the key. Keys open safes, right? Alright. Click on it to examine. And you notice that it can rotate. So you can interact with things that are in your inventory. Excellent. So now we got to find out where we can put this key. Now there's right here in the front. Nice little sliding door here. Looks very much like a keyhole. Okay, excellent. So we drag the key to it. And give it a turn. And that reveals this nice wooden stone panel, whatever that is. Anyway, but it doesn't. It looks like you can rotate the pieces, but there's nothing you can do with it right now. So we have to keep exploring, keep looking at the safe. Look here. This looks a little off. Slide this over. It's another keyhole. If we look at our key again, we know that we can rotate this, and that looks pretty similar to that other shape. So now let's drag the key over and give that a turn. That reveals this odd crossed-shaped wrench, I guess, because it says and looks like it could be used as a wrench. So where can we use a wrench? Right here in the back, actually, right at the plaque with the very obvious screw that sticks out. So grab the wrench and give it a twist. Go the right way because I always go the wrong way. And it reveals a lens. I wonder where that could go. So now we have a lens for our eyepiece. We don the eyepiece and it changes. All sorts of kind of hidden markings that are on this safe. It's very good for revealing secrets. And we now see that on this dial, it has, there's symbols on it now that we can use to line up so we know the correct way to line these circles up. There we go. Releases the lock, and the safe should just pop right open, just like that. So let's give it a tug. Whoop. And level 1 complete. The safe is done. Again, that was a tutorial level, so chapter complete. Yay! Congratulations, you've solved your first puzzle. Fairly simple, very straightforward. It was the tutorial level though, so let's just do the next one. I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and do the other one while we're here. I don't even know what to call this one. I just call it the box, I guess. It's a hexagon. Hexagon? Is that right? I think it has 6 sides. If it lets me turn the camera, I can double check. Yeah, 6 sides. A hexagonal cathedral-like box? I don't even know. It's a box. So 3 seals, have to open them. So you look around, where to start. A good hint is to always put the eyepiece on first. It can usually give you a good indication where to start. Like these bright blue fingertips. Fingertips? Fingerprints. Oh, God, I hope they're not fingertips. So that looks very suspicious. Let's click on that. And it's a false compartment that has a book. The leather-bound book. And you click it on your inventory. Again, you can, it's a puzzle within your inventory now. So it's a puzzle within a puzzle. Puzzleception, I guess. Turn that like that. Opens up and reveals more text. Another diary. I just now noticed that was taped. That was taped to the side there. I didn't notice that piece of tape there. Anyway, so again, I'm not going to read this. If you guys want to play the game, you guys can figure out what the story is all about. But the most important thing is there is a winding key in here. Oh, and also, if you notice in here, it has a symbol right here carved into the side here. These, we'll go ahead and do that next. These correspond to these little clickers. Clickers? Turns? Tumblers. I think you call them tumblers, I guess. Anyway, this one shows the top right is that symbol. So let's come here. Go ahead and change that. There we are. Excellent. There's also one up here. I don't know if I can zoom in on that. Yes, I can. Right up here in the very top, it shows you that the top right is the top left. I'm sorry. I'm a dumb. Top left is that symbol. So let's go ahead and change that to the almost bullseye target looking thing. There it is. And even right here on the side, very blatantly obvious right above it, is that symbol right there. Let's go ahead and change that. Excellent. And the last one, I never really found out where it was. I know where it is now. I'll show you in just a second. But I just kind of randomly played with this one until I got the right combination, but I'll show you the right way to do it. So moving on, if you notice, this particular panel right here has this weird shimmery glowing look to it. Whenever you see this kind of shimmer on a plane, put the eyepiece on, and it will change. Kind of freakily, actually. We'll come back to this box, but if you notice in the corner here, I can't zoom in on it. You can see the other piece right there, and it's that little, I don't even know what to call that symbol, but you can see it very clearly. So let's go and put that in. Boop. And it gives you a heavy cast iron key. So far, it's given us a bunch of things that we cannot use yet. Anyway, back to this thing. You can see it has numbers here on the clicker, on the clickers, the dials on the box. Put on the eyepiece, and you can see inside the box, and you see some numbers. There's a 5 here. There's a 7. You have to line up the numbers for the top. That makes the only number that makes sense is a 2. And down here, the only number that you can possibly make that makes sense is a 6. So, 2, 5, 7, 6. Let's give it a shot. 2, there we are. 5, 7, and 6. Oh, that's not a 6. 6 reveals a switch. Flip the switch. And out of the side comes, out of all things, a projector. A projector hidden in the side of this box. All right, so where to start? Oh, also on top of this projector, because I always forget it's here, there's another little note. There's really no, nothing it really adds to it. It's just a note. I think it's the same as in the front of that book we just found, but it just adds to the story to tell you what the heck's going on. But if you're already playing the game, you'll figure that out yourself. I'm not going to spoil the story. So on the side of this projector, there is this little hidden compartment with a latch. You just pick up the latch, move it aside, and it looks like a winding mechanism. We have something to wind it up with. It is this key right here. Stick it in, give it a little wind, and it should start the projector. Now, we can't really do anything because there's no way to view it, and it doesn't look like it's powered. This part took me a little bit to figure out, but so we need a telescope and some way to light it, which if you zoom in on this, creates a spark, so maybe something flammable has to go in there. Now this actually took me a while to figure out, but if you notice very carefully about this box, there are 2 posts in the very corners that are different from the rest, and they themselves look different in appearance. Particularly this one looks like something that you could turn, and you absolutely can. If you turn this, the top raises up and reveals a miniature telescope. If we look at it in the inventory, it's all folded up. You can turn the front. If you line up the arrows, like so, it'll fold out. I wonder where this goes. So we zoom in on this, drop that telescope in, bam! Now we have the telescope. So we can't view it just yet. Because we don't have it working yet. So notice how this looked different from the other one because this looked like it can be turned. Well, if we look down here at the foot right next to the projector, this also can be turned. So if we turn that all the way, there's a small piece of cotton. And this thing is flammable. So we go back to the little entrance here, drop that in here, flick it on, flame on, and pull the lever up, and it will lock into place. Now the projector is working. So we have the telescope, we have it on, it's moving. Let's take a peek and see what's inside. You will see a guy sitting at a desk with the box in front of him, with the eyepiece in the background. And they kind of tell you right here, that more than what I saw, what would the eyepiece reveal anything? So put the eyepiece on, take a look inside, and it's a completely different video. Not really completely different, but it's a big hint right there. Trial. Remember that. That's very important. Yes, trial. That's what I said. Thank you. And then this little thing opens up, which is in the shape of, you know what? I don't even know what to call this. It's what I think. It's usually what I think of when I think of nuclear things, but I don't know. So if you do this without the eyepiece, you can kind of line it up. It doesn't do anything. You need the eyepiece, which reveals a totally different... Oh, I actually almost did it. Surprisingly. A completely different image on it. So let's line that up according to that. And an L pops up. Brass plate with the letter L. Where could we possibly fit this? How about by the tumblers here? Tumblers? I don't even know what to call these guys. I'm going to call them tumblers. That says cowl on it, which is obviously not cow. We can drop the L into that. And I wonder what the combination for these are. I'll give you a hint. We just saw it. If you said trial, you are wrong. Wrong? You're right. I'm sorry. If you said trial, you are right. So let's put trial into here. Trial. There we are. Projector folds back up with the fire still burning, might I add. And that unlocks one of the 3 seals. And another side pops open. This huge, giant safe that just comes out of nowhere from the side of this box. That probably take up most of the room inside the box. For those of you wanting to know more about the story, there you go. You guys can pause that and take a read of that if you'd like to. But that note is right there for your convenience. All right, so the safe. That is to our next goal. So if you look at the top of the safe, this obviously looks like a switch. Boop, switch it over. And you have this interesting table with the orbs on the sides and this disc in the middle, representing the 4 elements. Oh, I accidentally activated one there. You just move the camera around until they kind of balance. Once they start lighting up, they won't move around anymore, so you don't have to worry about getting them all perfectly balanced. Once all 4 are lit up, this nice little screen pops out. This hole looks very familiar, doesn't it? It looks like it should belong. It looks very similar to something we have. Now we have this note here on this table. Remember what I said about the shimmery surfaces, guys? Don your eyepiece, and it changes. This symbol also is very important. You'll be seeing this symbol a lot throughout this game. Try to create that symbol by lining up these pieces of paper like so. And suddenly that surface is now a hole with some Egyptian markings around it, might I add. So you could drop this into the hole, turn it like this, and it disappears into the box, unlocking this little drawer back here. So pull on this handle. I just like the physics of this. Just you can pull it and just drops like that. You can slide it in and out. You don't have to just do it like I do. Grab this key right here, which goes right to the front of this safe. So pop that in there, give it a turn, and it opens up to reveal this star. Now, if you... and this opens up. Obviously, we're going to need another key to open it again. Now, if you were paying a close attention to this box, where have we seen a star before? It's right up here on the very top of on the other side of where the hint for the first 4 tumblers were. There's a star right up here. This fits right in there, and these panels fall away to the top. Again, there's another note right here. You guys can pause that if you want to take a read of that, or just play the game and be able to read what this is all about. And it reveals these knight statues. With a tumbler here, we'll come back to that. But most importantly is the dial right here, brass ring with markings around the edges. On the side of this safe that came out of the wall, there is this dial right here, but it doesn't have that part, so we plop that on there, and you just have to find the right combination, the right pattern to unlocking it. Otherwise, you have to start all over. The pattern is, you start with this, you go left, right, right, left, left again. I lied. Left, right. Ay, ay, ay. I'm so sorry, guys. Left, right, right, left, there, right, and then left again. So sorry. And it reveals these sliders 1 through 5. I found the combination by dumb luck, but if you don your eye again, like every other thing, if you don your eyepiece, you see more secrets. You see there's a 2 with lines on the left side and a 5 with lines on the right side. So it is 2 on the left, 5 on the right. It slides back in and gives you a key. Large, oddly shaped key, which there's only one keyhole so far, so it must go here. So click on the key in the inventory, and you notice you can move both the bottom and the top. And a very easy way to make sure you get the actual shape, go to the keyhole, try to drag the key to the hole. It'll tell you the key doesn't fit like this. It'll take you to your inventory, and it will show you the shape that you need to make, that you need to try to make. So let's twist like that, and like this, like so. Okay, that should fit now. Pop it in, to give it a turn, and it opens back up, revealing something entirely different inside. So let's grab this dial right here. Circular plate with a star emblem. Safe closes up. There's only one panel we haven't explored yet, and that is right here in the back with the cog symbol. So let's plop this in here. The safe goes back in, and that is 2 seals done, over with. 1 seal to go, and it's going to be to do with this interesting contraption right here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the gears. You can see on this side that has a bunch of panels. It has this interesting clockwork mechanism. But these gears are what we're going to go for first. You notice you turn the handle, it spins the gears. You flip this switch, this gear right here will switch over. Turn this up, you'll make this thing go up here, this wedge-shaped piece. Once it reaches all the way to the top, the entire box will rise. I love how when new things happen, it points you out to things that you need to pay attention to, such as this drawer up here with the 4 corners that are blocked off by these circular things, and also this dial that's down here. If you turn this dial, you notice the corresponding corner moves. So you want to make sure you want to get the corner to line up so that we can slide this drawer up. And you have to find where these other ones are. We saw one earlier in front of the knight. That one is the top right. Yes. So let's zoom in on this knight right here. This shaded side is where the opening is. So you want to make sure that shaded side is on the top right. Excellent. The pentagram. Is it pentagram? Yeah, it's a pentagon. I'm sorry, not a pentagram. That is horrible. That is not what that is. It goes right there. It's right here on the side, right next to the gears. You probably saw it while we were turning the gears. So we have one more to go, the triangle, and that is actually on the other side of the box in this panel. Now, it's behind this sliding thing, but it will not stay up. So you have to be kind of fast to turn it correctly. And if you're ever wondering how you need to turn it, just look at the shape on the panel, the white panel itself. It shows you the position it needed to be in. So now this drawer should be unblocked. We can pull this open, and there is a rubber band and a cog. A large cog, excuse me. So we go back to I just closed the drawer just because I like to, our wall of gears. Place the cog right here. So he has a circular kind of hole. It goes right on that circular peg. So if we turn the handle now, it'll turn that, and it will raise up that first gear, revealing a screwdriver. Lovely. Back to the other side of this box, there is this panel where the screwdriver obviously goes. You give it a spin. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Do this 4 times, and the panel comes away, and you see these gears and something in the back. If you notice, there's an opening where those in the gears every once in a while. This button will stop the gears. You just need to get it so it will... so it's not blocking. Once it's in the correct position, the gears won't move. You can let go of the button and grab this thing in the middle. It is a folding key. Now I've never seen a key like this. Maybe it's just because I haven't seen one. Well, that was obvious. I'm sorry. I've never seen a key quite like this where you can move the different pieces around. But we look for where we can put that in, and it's actually right here on the side. It looks like the only plausible place to put it. Just like the key earlier, if you drag this to the hole, it'll tell you it's the wrong shape, but it will show you the shape you need to try to make. It's better than just trying to guess. So let's line these all up. Excellent. Let's try it again. It goes in, revealing another drawer with another cog, a medium-sized cog. Go back to our wheel of cogs. Again, notice it has a triangular hole. It goes on this triangular peg. It feels like I can take this off again if I need to. You can take these off, and this cog off, and move it around to one of the four? I can't math. 3 different places. So let's move this cog over again. Wind it back up, get that middle one up there. It will start turning, and this moon turns around, revealing another cog. So we go back to so we have one more to go. Our wall of cogs, we have one more cog we need to raise up there. Now, this one, I got a little stuck on this part for a little bit, because I was trying to figure out all the different combinations to try to get the cog up there and try to get it turning, because obviously these aren't long enough to make it. What I forgot about, though, after I looked in my inventory a little bit later, that I still had this elastic band. And it looks like you can fit these over the cogs like that, which will make them turn. Yeah, it took me a while to figure that out, because I'm a genius. So that cog will start to turn. We hit this button, and that will start spinning, revealing a tube. Take this tube out. Let's take a look at it in our inventory. It has a cap. Pull that right off. The cap itself is a key, but also in this tube is a picture. This old photograph. Look at this old photograph right here, because every time I do, it makes me laugh. All right, anyway, on the back here, we have, I assume that means Revelations 6:05. I don't know. But this number is actually very important, the 6:05. We'll come back to it in just a moment. But we also got a key from the box, from the tube as well. On the side of this thing, we have this large panel that will fit in here. Give it a turn, and we have this slider and this thing that turns. Again, notice it's a shiny material. We use the eyepiece for that. Once again, we have to make this same pattern, the same picture. Symbol, I'm sorry. There we go. Eyepiece goes away and it changes into a shield. Now, where on earth would a shield be able to go? Let's think back for a moment to our beloved knight. Beloved? No, I don't love them. These knights up here. They all are holding a different weapon except for the gold one. Drop the shield in front of the gold one. He'll turn around to reveal a gem. Grab that off his back. Come back to our clockwork mechanism. Drop this gem into the only hole that looks like a gem would fit in it. Like so. And suddenly we're able to turn this dial. But it doesn't really look like it's doing anything. We need the eyepiece. And now we see it's the hands of a clock. Now, what was the number I told you to remember? If you said 605, you won a grand prize. Turn this to 605. And the puzzle is complete. Chapter 2 complete, revealing yet another strange box. Which, I don't even know how it fit in there. Fate? I feel like I had a stroke there for a second. I don't know how it fit in there with the safe and the projector and all the other fun stuff. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So the next chapter will be messing with this table-like box here. But for now, we'll end this episode, and we'll continue on in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video.